Hello children, welcome back to the mathematics class. So before starting today's topic, let me tell you a short story again. So today's story is about Mrs. Sharma and she is a teacher. She has 30 students in her class. Whenever she used to go to school, she used to give one candy to each of her student in her class. And children, can you find out? Can you tell me? Or can you help me to find out the number of candies she want to distribute in 1 week, and if the school is 6 days working? So for this children, what generally we people do? Suppose she will give 30 candies on Monday, 30 candies on Tuesday, 30 candies on Wednesday, 30 candies on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. More 30 and more 30, and you are gonna add all these 30s together. 30 plus 30 is 60, plus 30 is 90, plus 30 is 120, plus 30 is 150, and plus 30 is 180. So these all are 180 candies. So she requires 180 candies per week to distribute to her students. But children, these are the very less numbers which we can easily add. But what if we have more numbers? That means if suppose somebody asks us to calculate or to count the number of candies she required in one whole month. So for this, are you really thinking that you are going to do the same method? No, we have a easier method than this, which is going to help you in doing your calculation fast. So for this also we can see this. If we are repeating 30, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. So it is 6 times 30. Or we can write down 30 multiplied by 6. We will get the answer as 180. So this is the quicker method or fastest method to solve this kind of question when we have the numbers in the more quantities. Similarly, if somebody asks us that how many candies she required for the whole month, so whole month we have, and regardless that the school is open for Sunday as well. So we have, suppose we have a month with 30 days and she required 30 candies each day. So easily we can find out that she required 900 candies. So in this, if you are going to add 30 times, it will take a lot of time. So for this kind of questions, we are going to add to this. What is this operation known as? Yes, this is the multiplication. Because why we are using this multiplication instead of these addition? Because multiplication is also known as repeated addition. So this is all about multiplication. Let us quickly see the properties of multiplication, that what are the rules or properties which we are using while doing the multiplication. So the first rule or first property is the product of any number and 1 is the number itself. Again I am repeating, the product of any number and 1 is the number itself. See how? If I have a number 35 and I am gonna multiply it by 1, so I will get the same answer. 35 multiplied by 1 is 35. Or if we are having, it means that we have 35 only one time, so we will have 35 of course. If I will write down 90 into 1, that is only one time, we have 90 one time, so we'll get the same answer as 90. So this is the first rule. What is the second rule, children? Second rule is the product of any number and 0 will always be equal to 0. Yes, let us see with this example. That is, if I have 5 0 times, this means 5 0 times. So 5 we have 0 times, we don't have any time, so that is equals to 0. Or we have 200, but it is 0 times, so again we will get the answer as 0. This shows that when we are multiplying any number by 0, we will get the answer as 0. So what is the next rule, children? Before telling you the next rule, let me tell you some terms used in multiplication. As suppose I am gonna multiply 45 by 2 and I have the answer as 90. So in this quotient, in this sum, we have three numbers, that is 45, 2 and 90. This 45 is known as the multiplicand. The number which we are multiplying is known as the multiplicand, and the number by which we are multiplying is known as multiplier. These are the basic terms used for these two numbers which we are multiplying, or in higher classes we can also name these numbers as the factors. And what about the result of this? The result is known as the product initially, and when we move to the higher classes, this we can say as the multiples also. So these are the terms. The number which we are multiplying is known as multiplicand, the number by which we are multiplying is known as the multiplier, and the result is known as the product. So these are the terms we use generally in the multiplication sums. So what is the next rule? The next rule is, children, do you remember the property of addition? In that we have the first property of addition was order of the addends. Order of the addends, what was it? Just to quickly recall. Yes, it was when we are adding any two numbers. Suppose I have 4 and 2. If I add 4 plus 2, I will get 6. And if I add 2 plus 4, again I will get 6. So it means the sum will not change regardless the order of the addends. When we are changing, we can change the order as well of the addends, and we will have the same sum. Similarly, in multiplication also we have the same property, that is the order of the multiplicand and the multiplier can be changed. The order of the multiplicand and multiplier can be changed, but it will give the same answer. Same like with an example, if I am doing 7 8 8s are 56. Here we have 7 as the multiplicand, 8 is the multiplier, and 56 is the product. What if I'll change the sequence or change the order of this? Now 8 is the multiplicand and 7 is the multiplier, and we have 56 again. So children, have you noticed here that we can change the order of the multiplicand and multiplier also, so it won't affect the product. Next rule is quite similar to the grouping of addition by grouping. So similarly here, that when we are going to multiply some numbers in some particular groups, like I have example, I am multiplying 4 into 5 into 3. Similarly, I'll take the same numbers over here but in some different order, that is 5 multiplied by 3 into 4, and I will make the groups like I'm making the group as 4 and 5, they are in one group, and 5 and 3, they are in one group. So when you are going to, what is this grouping means? That means we are going to solve these two numbers first. 4 5s are 20 and when we are going to multiply by 3 we will get 60. And on the other side, when we are doing this one, 5 3s are 15, multiply by 4, that is also known as 60. So here also you can see that the product won't affect when we are going to change the sequence or change the group or grouping. Okay, so similarly like addition property, so it refers if more than two numbers can be multiplied in some different groups, it won't affect the product, it will give the same product. So children, this is all about the multiplication and the properties of multiplication. I hope you like this video and understand the concept as well. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay at home. Bye bye. Thank you.